All right, so we're here at our tape reading, May 2nd, 2024. I'm telling you, this is really gonna help you to pay attention to what you need to pay attention to. There's so many things going on within this market. So many things. You go on Twitter and you see people use IFVGs. You go on Twitter, you see people use order blocks. You see people use turtle soup. You see people use all these different things that you see but don't necessarily have rules to. When you create these rules for yourself, you're going to start to see all of those concepts, every bit of it. You're going to see it alongside what your system is telling you to use. And you will never be swayed by a little liquidity sweep. You'll never be swayed by somebody saying, yeah, it has to go down and get these inefficiencies down there. You won't be swayed by just because we closed up above a down candle. Now you're trying to long off of that down candle when it returns. You won't be swayed by any of it. You will just be following your system and your system alone. It'll help you to understand why you should wait until 10:30 versus any other time. So I'm going to open up a homework section for you guys to submit that in. But that was just giving you guys the exact criteria to follow. And this is, guys, if you thought you did it already so you don't have to do it, ain't wrong. This is for everybody. You did it before? Okay, you're going to do it again. This is for everybody. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's uh NQ or whatever it is you're trading on. It doesn't matter. It's for everybody. And for every pair, any pair you want to trade, you can use Bitcoin, whatever it is. You cannot, and let me say this, you cannot use the seconds time frame. So many people are on the seconds time frame for this quick movement, this quick burst, this drug of a reaction, looking to trade something immediately, and they're not good with anything above that. They're not even good with that. Become profitable on the 1 minute time frame before you move to the next time frame. Before you move to the seconds time frame. So remember what I said in video 1 on the free playlist. I said when we trade up, we oftentimes shift away, right? And we take the high. When we take that high that's there, this is the high right here. When we take that high, we trade into the next POI that's unmitigated. And then we trade away from it. And then we go up and take the next high into an unmitigated POI. And you see us trade away from it. And we go up and take the next high into an unmitigated POI. And we trade away from it. And that's how market structure builds on its way up. That's the same way it builds on its way down. Sweep a low, tap into something unmitigated, pull back. Sweep a low, tap into something unmitigated, pull back. Sweep a low, tap into something unmitigated, pull back. So it's essentially showing you what the importance is of trading in zones. But that was discussed in the beginner's video 1. And then when I said the model that I used to trade from is sweep, manipulate into something unmitigated, flip, trade the other way, that's still the same stuff that I teach in market structure. It's just I have a different way of expressing how it's done when you're learning how the market moves. And now you see me getting into something that's in line with how the market moves. If this is an algorithm, this is a roundabout, right? Roundabouts are the safest places to drive in, the safest kind of traffic intersection, whatever you want to call it, to drive in. Because it's a constant loop of doing the same thing. And you have to find a way to get in. And the way you get in is the same way each and every time. So if I'm taking longs, it's sweep something to the left, tap into something unmitigated, and I'm trading into the other direction. Whether, y'all hear me? Whether we are long or short, whether we are long or short, it's how the algorithm runs. You have to find a way to get in. How should that be possible? 100 trades in 9 trading days. Nobody told you to take those trades. Is that a serious question? I said they do not have to be. Did you hear? Did you actually? You know, I'm gonna wait until I release the video because let me just. We're gonna say it again, and maybe if other people speak other languages, say it in your language. Maybe somebody else might pick it up because it could be a language barrier. That's what it could be. It could be a language barrier. So let me not. Please repeat it in your own language, so somebody else, if they speak that language, they may be able to pick it up. They do not have to be taken live. They can be taken and back tested. Just say it in your language so everybody's on the same page. Because I was very clear about the whole thing. It's just, you know, maybe it's the barrier, maybe it's the language barrier. So I know that many of you guys are thirsty to learn about the 30, 50, 70, right? Ooh, thirsty. I don't need it. Come on, I turn on dips and y'all already acting up. Now, this is the first thing that you got to consider. You still following market structure, right? Still following market structure, right? You trading down with this. You heading down. You still following. You still count your swings. You're not just taking every single tap possible to you can trade with. That's how people get liquidated. So on that low that we put in, that flips up above that high, right? That's our swing. I saw somebody ask me if that's the swing and you're waiting for it to pull back by 50%. I don't know how many times I need to say no. It's not swing low, swing high. It is the previous range. I don't know what's happening. That's usually somebody who does not take notes. If you ask them, oh, send me your notes, they don't have any. I promise you. There's people that say, oh, hold on, I'm getting the notes. Lying, straight lying. Don't be here and be a liar. The market does not like liars. So, the first thing that you guys need to understand is that you still require the flip, right? But what is a flip? What is a flip? If we just go back, let's go up a few time frames. Oh, here's one. So what do we see on this time frame? This is the 5 minute. That flip that we talked about on the 1 minute, right? Right here. All it is on the 5 minute is a 5 minute down candle with a body closure. You see why I say body closures are important? With a body closure. All it is a 5 minute down candle. A flip is a higher time frame down candle. That's it. And that's it trading back into that higher time frame down candle. So when we see price tap into that 30%, what we're anticipating around this 30% is for price to trade off of it and put in a new high to tell us that this demand is strong. If the 30% does not put in a new high, then what you see us do is we trade to the 70. And oftentimes when we dig into that 70, that's usually where people are waiting for the 50%. And sometimes you see it drop below the 50%, then come back up above the 50%. When we get into that 70 is oftentimes near the origin of the move. So what you see with that 70 is that we tap into the 70, and a lot of the times you can see price push its way back to the 30. Now, this is not using, I'm not saying, oh, follow the market structure within this. And all. Now, this is just us paying attention to the levels itself. The demand is strong enough that 30 will give you that bam. If the supply is strong enough, that 30, wham, lightning off of it. But if it's weak and it doesn't put in a new high, it goes down into the 70. The 70 trades back to the 30 with a possibility of putting in a new low. Like that. So I remember Nak saying it before. He's one of the 23 members. Oftentimes what you see is that the 30, the S&D responsible, is oftentimes located near the 30. And the origin of the move is located near the 70. The two most powerful moves in the market. The two most powerful moves in the market. But you see how the S&D responsible, we still hit the 50% and trade out of it. If we were to get down here, you could still see us hit the 50% of this down candle and trade out of it. So these levels, they only give you something to look left in and refine whatever your entry is going to be on, refine it to that particular thing that's there. Now, I made mention to that in video 2. I was teaching about swing points. And when I was teaching about swing points, I didn't know 30, 50, 70 at the time. It wasn't until a few months later that I started learning 30, 50, 70. Guess what taught me 30, 50, 70? Well, what taught me the 30% was Apple. What taught me the 70% was gold. But they both still use all of it. It's just those were the pairs I was trading when I started to notice these things. So Apple taught me breaking up above a high, tapping back into the 30 and trading higher. That's when Apple was on its bull run, trading to its high. Gold taught me about extremes. And what I was doing was, when I was trading gold, I was marking out the 30% wrong. And I was seeing it go and hit the 70. But there's different behaviors around them that can help you to understand how to get involved utilizing them. Now, granted, you need 150 trades on each level to tell you what to do with it. I know that I'm going to have some people here that are entirely impulsive and can't help but lose money with something they just learned. And they're going to run out there and try to use it. You need to take 150 trades with a singular level, knowing where you are to trade with it. So this is just the introduction of it. And after you guys are done with the homework that you just got, with that homework is at the 50%. I'm not asking you to use the 30%. You use the 30%, you failed the homework and you're being ejected out of the program. Because I'm telling you to do what I'm asking you to do, not what you want to do or think you should do. So you're using the 50% for the homework. And then there's going to be the other homework that comes behind this. Because the homework that comes behind this is going to tighten up your understanding of when not to use the 30 and when not to use the 70. But if you don't learn in that path, you're always going to stumble over yourself. And then what? I'm going to have to clean up you not listening? We're all adults here. Those who follow the rules win. The market told me that. And piece by piece, I had to dissect this and follow the rules of it in order to benefit from it. So I've already taught you guys the 50% in the free playlist. That still is king. 50% still is king. It's just that there are other areas that price offers scalps from, but you still have to know what's going on entirely to be able to trade utilizing this. So moving forward, I'm going to start to show you guys a little more with this throughout the live streams and stuff. But this is where we begin to incorporate this, together as one unit. And today, all of the sections are going to be, sort of reorganized, and everybody's going to be together. You still have the different classes that you have, but everybody's going to be together. And we're going to move forward with that. I'm just going to avoid reading the chat because the questions are just incredible. I said, do not use it for homework. Somebody's asking about it. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. So these are things to back test. You guys have to understand that in order to be successful in utilizing any of these concepts, I know people who know these concepts like the back of their hand and can't trade at all. They do not have confidence in pushing a button. They cannot make money in trading. Cannot make money because they don't know whether they should select the thing above or the thing below. They don't know what they're targeting. They don't know what to look for. It's just, we're just going to super scalp everything. There's no longevity in that. Super scalping everything. That leads to burnout. Y'all hear me? That leads to burnout. That leads to burnout. You need to know where price is going. And I'm a firm believer in scalping. I tell you guys, take 10 points, right? Whatever point margin the zone allows you in the 1-to-1. And I tell you guys, do that, right? Because you still don't fully yet understand what price is doing. All the different things that price is doing. You still don't yet understand that. And while you're learning this, right? While you're learning this, you still want to be able to pay yourself and then go back to learning. Pay yourself, go back to learning. Pay yourself, go back to learn. You don't just throw in every single thing. Every single thing that you've learned, you throw it in like gumbo. Everything but the kitchen sink you want to throw into your analysis. No, you're marking out everything above and below. No, you will never see the validity of using these concepts as something standalone to be able to take price to the other side of the market. We had our theories about, right, trading to this low, taking out this low with a potential consolidation, right? Now, who's to say that consolidation can't be here? Who's to say that can't be our consolidation? Why? Well, we have this previous range here. From this low to this high. Where are we right now? At the 50% of the range. So targeting this high is not always a responsible thing to trade with, just because you see this low get put in. Now you think we're going back over for some high up there. When ultimately we need to be following what? Multi-time frame market structure. So the only thing I see us have here is this. We talked about mitigating that area multiple times. So we know if price wants to get back up here, there's another rejection provided out of that, with a possibility of taking out the high and then going back below. So we're following these moves up until price gives us a reason to now turn to the other side. Taps the imbalance. Imbalance that takes out the high. First imbalance can put in a new high. It can trade back up into that. And then what? Come back for the low that tapped into the imbalance. And what would that be doing? Just mitigating the zone below. In here. So we talked about how the market moves, right? Tap into there. Trade back below. Trade up above this high, right? Now we're up above this high. Tap into something unmitigated, right? There could be here. But in case it's not there, and then like that. And within here, let me just change up some of these colors. You're following the lows and highs on the smaller time frame within here. There's 3 in there. This is 4 here. And in terms of the entries we see, moving up from the lows, we see why buy stops are working out, or when to utilize buy stops. We don't utilize buy stops at highs. We utilize them when they dig in on the pullbacks. This within here is considered the zone at the top of the range. So if you haven't gotten well into a position in order to look to trade higher, oftentimes that slips, trades into here, and provides a move out there. So what do we say? Life starts? What do we say your profitability is in? The pullback, not enforcing highs. Not enforcing price to go further. So that's why the weighting is important. That's why the pairing of those different concepts are important. Wait for lower prices, right? And then when you do when you do the homework, it's going to help you to understand what entries, what POIs, what targets are more viable than others. So we talk about the 50% in the previous candle's low, right? But we also talk about the 50% in the 1-to-1 as well. But that's knowing that we're looking left and countering this move up. We have 2 larger swings already. We have 4 smaller swings on the lower time frame already. And we know that after we sweep a high, we tap into a zone, and then we move back the other way. By how much? That is to be determined by price. But what our exits are, what our targets are, those things are determined by us. And how often we see price tag and hit these things. So we hit the 50% right here, right? We hit the 50% right here. And we ran right into the previous candle's low. Right there, right? But we're still in the 50% right here. And we're seeing if it's delivering the 1-to-1. That's right there. Does price always tap into the 50% and deliver a 1-to-1? No, sometimes it's just the previous candle's low. But it's important to understand when one is happening over the next. And knowing where you should consider whether it's your break even, whether it's your partial, whether it's your actual target to close, where you should be considering that. And it's rinse and repeat over and over and over again. And a lot of the times people are holding on to some of these entries, hoping that we go lower and we flip up above this high, right? And then go lower. Oh, that could have been avoidable. What are we looking at? The concept you guys are just taught. Mitigating this area multiple times. So if I was indeed looking for a short, where would that come from? Rather than there. And where do I not long from? There. Why? Zone at the top of the range that's made to be liquidated. So we'll continue to observe the market carry this out. So a lot of the times we're taking these little tiny entries here and we're trying to force price down, not knowing that each leg going up and each leg going down and each leg going up, however far it goes, and each leg going down, however far it goes, they have their own swing count to it. So when we start counting and forcing little entries because we're back here and there was a 50 that was untapped, or maybe there was some imbalance in there that wasn't tapped, or whatever it is, that's where we end up getting cooked. Structure, right? We already dealt with that. Free playlist. Narrative, that's what we're going through now. The zones that are within narrative, that's what we're also paying attention to. And the confirmation entry and exits are things that we look into and we manage within our own style. So it's not always that, oh, the 50% is unmitigated, so we should take it. No, look at the surrounding area. Look at the narrative within it. That's what I'm trying to build outward to you guys. Some people come here and they're very impulsive. 20 trading days and you think you're going to be profitable in 20 trading days. This is advanced material, sir. You think you could go and take the MCAT in 20 days? Go and study the MCAT. Try to pass it in 20 days. Sir. Narrative is my main struggle. Well, if you have rules around what was before narrative, then you would start to pay attention to it. Narrative is not equal highs take the low, equal lows take the high. It's only a single part. That's not narrative itself. And that's why I'm happy to offload the illogical crowd into other discords that think they're gonna make it. You go ahead, go bye. See you. I know how to trade. Go ahead. The chasers, the rushers. That's what I call them, the rushers, right? Happy to offload the rushers out there. Go ahead, do your thing. This stuff is not going to come from, just dragging something out and then hoping that it holds. You guys have seen that. Many people found success with just the basic material until they started to observe too much detail, and then they didn't know whether they should long, whether they should short. No idea. Now it's troubling for them. Where do I even start my entry? Then you go into taking zones, they're getting traded right through. Now you think you want to take price after it trades out of the zone. Now I'm going to get in, and then it trades and goes all the way down through the zone after it trades out of it. Listen, I've been there. I'm not laughing at y'all. I'm saying that that's the way. That's Oh, you must be new here. That's the way that everybody has to go through. Everybody has to go through that. Everybody. There's no escaping it. Everybody has to go through that. But you know who doesn't stay there long? The people who take the things that I say and run to back test it and verify it. They run to go and verify it in price. Even if they're still taking little small trades and scalps off of it and stuff like that, they're running to go and confirm it. Those are the people who get it quickly. Somebody asks you, what trait would you say? What is the common trait of the students who find success? The students who follow the instructions that they're given. The students who trade within their experience. Trade within their experience. The very first video, let me say this, I know it sounds prideful, and every time I say this, people frown up their nose to it. It don't matter. Go blow your nose. The very first thing that I did when I came out streaming to the whole world was tell people, yeah, the trades, usually about 10 to 20 trades that are called during the stream. My suggestion is, I know that already sounds crazy, right? The man's like about 10 to 20. Who does he think he is? Already getting upset. I know, I feel it. I said, my suggestion would be to take 10 pips and dip. That's what I call it at the time. I didn't know it was points. I didn't know anything about ticks. I thought ticks and points was the same thing. I'm just so uneducated about what the actual term was to use. But I knew these charts. And I said, my recommendation as a chartologist would be to take 10 pips and dip. It could run more. It could come back on you. You could take a loan somewhere. I understand that all things are possible for them that believe. All things are possible. But my recommendation is to take 10 pips and dip. You bring the dip, and I'll bring the pips. Don't worry. But that's my recommendation. Because it's helping you with those reps, and then you begin to learn. You see these glitches in these little areas. Oh, wait, it did that last time. Hold on, wait. This is an algorithm. Oh my. Wait a minute. And there's many things within the detail of this market that a lot of you guys you don't see yet. And because I understood that when I first started talking to people about it, when I came on stream, I said, listen, it's going to be 10 to 20 trades. It's going to be 10 pips a dip. And whatever. Whatever you get after that, that's what you get. And that was just off of basic knowledge of video 4. Video 4. Just off of basic knowledge of video 4. And I was trading Dow at the time. So the market doesn't have to follow my entire analysis. The market, I don't control the market. I know it might seem like the drawings control it sometimes, but I don't control the market. I just follow the market wherever it goes. Toucan Sam said, follow your nose. Wherever it goes. That's what he said, right? So I know you guys don't like those videos on YouTube because they take so long to play out. I know the market. I'm sorry, I apologize. If I had the button to just speed it up, you know, I would speed it up. But I talk as slow as the market moves because I can't make it go any faster than what it is. What it's doing. So I don't. Well, that's why I call these sessions narrative building sessions, because this is essentially what we did here. We started with video one, right? We brought everybody back to the beginning. And then we move forward with where we are now. Right? And then we took some of the things that you guys just learned. And then now we're showing in real time how it all works together. When to, when not to. Where to, where not to. How it all works together. And Price tells this story every single day. You just on the wrong page. Oh, because I thought after we saw that flip, and then we went and then because I saw the candlestick structure, and then why didn't it hold? Do you count your swings? You on the wrong page, partner. You on you on the wrong page. Did you actually watch the playlist, or did you? What? Show me your notes. That's when I start asking questions like that. Guess what? He's so mean. He mentioned 3 everybody. Go to any kind of school that's dealt with technical science. Needs to be exact. You will fail. With that kind of attitude, you will fail. Why can't the teacher just teach biology 101 in the master's program? Yeah, I slept in that class all day. But why can't they just do a refresher? Yeah, I'm going to have to give you this referral link to the deplorables because we can't. It's not here. I have to give you the referral link. Hold on, let me see if I can become an affiliate. What you said about not knowing what you don't see yet is very real. Give you something to strive towards. And that's all I'm trying to tell people. I'm telling people, find ways to pay yourself that's within the rules that you've already been given. And don't worry, you're going to learn more. But if you learn more now and you have not mastered what you should already know, it's going to cause issues for you. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, there's one-to-ones everywhere. Well, that's not the point of learning how to do this. It's the point of learning how to pay yourself, yes, while you're still learning. But to master this, to come in every day and it not feel tough, great day in the morning. Could take a lot more than that. Yeet. So I want you to know that trading is easy. You just need to start. It's not taking every single trade. There must be rules to it. There must be rules. There must be rules. Now, watch this. Remember that little zone that I took right here from this low to this high, right? Remember that? Let's throw some fibs on that. Yay! Y'all thought it was magic. No, it's just the market. That's it. Y'all thought it was magic. It's just the market. I regret to inform you. There's no magic here. Just Jordan, baby. So we said the 70 has the possibility of trading back to the 30, right? Great day in the morning. I know y'all like, I can't wait until he releases this video so I can't wait. I know, I feel it. But again, imagine having to put your whole stop loss back here because you don't understand. Oh. Narrative. Now, what did I say in the beginning? I said that these levels just let you know where to look left and reduce your risk to trading that particular area, right? So that means that if this is hitting the 70 and we expect it to go to the 30, that means that there's no longs here. Not in this little zone here. It means there's a possibility that it skips this 30% and drops into the 50 there. Good, great day in the morning. I ain't gotta explain anymore. Y'all see this is real time, baby. And remember what I told you guys from early on? You don't have enough money to put in a new high. You don't have enough money to put in a new high. Boy, you still give a nice push off that 30 there, right? But imagine missing that whole move down, trading through those lows, not knowing where you could get in. And what do I usually say with the way I enter? Sweep something. Hit something unmitigated. But let me take you to what's actually happening here. Remember that thing I told y'all about? Mitigating in there multiple times? There, back here again. So they said the third one, you know, the SD responsibility is often hidden and you know, whatever happens. Fourth one is what you skip. All of these things connect. But some people are talking about, so do you use a wick or a body then? So then wait, I'm confused because I didn't take notes and I'm just going to ask you a question that you already answered in several videos before, but you need to answer it now or else you're being mean. I don't want to do the work. You should be able to answer it right here. How does the group ever move on together with you not doing what you're supposed to do? Show me your notes. I'm telling you, that's the number one line. You start hearing the struggling in there. Show me your notes. Oh boy, they get mad. When I was in one of the free discords, shout out to Pepe, great guy. I was in his free Discord. He know how sometimes it gets there. And they're helping people for free. I watched all the videos, but can you just answer this? Show me your notes. Because if you showed me your notes and you actually watched all the videos, guess what? It would be right there. All you had to do was look over your notes. And the things that your notes doesn't account for, you wouldn't waste this question to ask something that's already there.